Hello and welcome back to another episode of Flower Gold Wizards. Before we go out in the field mining today, I've got a little something to wrap up here. I've got a new guy I'm subscribed to by the name of Mason Cushman. He's a YouTuber just getting started. He's doing some prospecting out in California, out in the Coolgardie region out there, and I think he's gonna do well. We made a deal. He sent me some dry wash material, and I'm gonna go ahead and pan that out quickly today here before we leave, and I'm gonna go ahead and send him some Lake Superior beach sand. It's a lot of fun panning it out. You know, it really is. So let's see what Mason sent us. Well, here's what we got. He sent me a bag of dry wash material here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty good and dirty too. Hence the dry wash. Yeah, I got a little water tub set up here, and here's the nice box that came in. And if you guys didn't know, his address is. Just kidding. Let me get the camera set up, and we'll get the pan in. Back in a bit. All right, I'm going to use my black pan for this sampling. I'm gonna go, I think I'll take roughly half of this stuff here and go ahead and pan that out. Let's get her good and dirty, and I do have jet dry in this water. I know, another crappy panning video, but some of you guys might like to watch them. I always found them to be less than stellar videos, so I don't do a whole lot of it. But Mason sent me this stuff, so I'm going to pan it out right in front of him. And here we go. What are some that gravel you're working with? Looks like Captain Crunch. It's real rough looking gravels. I mean, you know, it hasn't been underwater. If it has been, not very much, that's for sure. There's just nothing smooth about it. I think I've got that down to about as far as I want here, and I'm gonna go ahead and wheel this back a little bit. Not seeing too much for any garnets or anything like that. Let me pop this light on one time. There we are. All right, I'm gonna get that out of here. Punch her back one more. There we go. There's some gold in there showing up. Look at that. That is some chunky stuff. I mean, you can't complain about that. Look at that. Let me get it all. That's half of that bag right there. Hope that's showing up pretty decent. Look at that. All right, that is some very, very nice looking stuff. Let me shut the camera off. I'll pan the rest of that out, get it all in a pile, and see what Mr. Mason has sent me here. It's looking good so far. Thanks, buddy. All right, we're back. I've got all that stuff panned down, and look at that there. That's a nice clean out, Mason. Real good. This piece right here, I can, well, maybe not with these big fat fingers, but I can roll it around pretty good, and I might be able to pick that up. Somehow or another, I think I could, but I thank you a lot. I mean, that's some nice gold that I don't find around here too often. So, I'm going to send you some black sand. Now, this is run already through my sluice, so it's concentrated. But I know there's gold in this stuff, and good gold. And if you've been watching my vids, and everybody else is watching my vids, they know exactly where that stuff comes from. Lake Superior. All right, we got that wrapped up. We're about to go mining. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to Mason's channel in the description below. Go check it out, and let's watch him have some fun panning out that black Lake Superior sand. And so what we're gonna do now, we're going mining. Back in a bit. Well, we had to make a quick stop. I'm meeting with J&J prospectors today. And we're gonna go down to a creek that I did some work in the past. We'll see Ron here quick, get hitched up with my new bud, and off we're gonna go. We got the team rig. There he is. All right, let's get to it. All right, we made it to the creek. Now I've done a couple of videos from here in the past. And what I got in mind today is, let me walk on out there. Now me and my buddy Mike, who recently moved to Arizona, did pretty darn good with gold. Right in there on that inside bend. It's coming up around there. It's just a slight inside bend, but in high water, it is crashing off this giant rock right here, and it's splashing the water back this way. Over here. So it's coming around this inside bend, and it's naturally going to want to follow that line, and then this water is actually pushing it up even a little bit harder. And you can see all my tailings from back in here when the water was super high. That was underwater a little bit, and it has since all filled in with blonde sand. And when I first found this spot, I was running my low profile sluice in here just by itself, and at a tremendous pitch, probably 14 or 15 degrees, right in this here area. Just so I didn't have to classify. All the rocks would just wash right on off. And I did pretty decent, but I guarantee you I did not catch 10% of the gold that I was getting out of that. So what I'm going to do today, is set up my new backpack sluice I got from Ron's shop. It's a Royal Manufacturing backpack sluice, and there's a picture of it, or a little shot of it. I'm going to set it up right down there in those rapids right over there, and I'm going to classify some of my tailings here because there's quite a few of them, and I guarantee you I'm going to get some gold out of that stuff because I did pretty good with the lousiest setup in the world. And let me show you who's with me here today. This here is young Jasper. Say hi, Jasper.
Hi, wave.
Hey.
You wave?
You don't have to wave. And there's Dad. There's Jamie from J&J Prospectors. They're based out of Anago. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, how's it going?
Really good. We're going to find some gold today, aren't we?
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. We're going to get in there. He's going to be running a sluice, too. He's got a homemade slick plate mat on there. Is that made out of silicone?
Yes.
It is. He made that yourself?
Yep.
Well, that is cool beans. And for his main sluice, he's got some Razorback on here, and it goes down into all mother lode. That's all Gold Hog products, and everybody knows about them. So I'll leave that one alone, and I think they're going to do just fine. And I thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us.
All right. Tell you what, let's set up some water and set up in the water here and get to work. Back in a bit. All right, let me show you what we're working with here. I've been shoveling for a little bit in my old tailings pile right here. And one of them, and I'm getting some, I totally recognize every single one of these rocks. Every one. Well, except this one. But anyway, that's the type of material we're working with. A lot of mixed up quartz and granite. Quite a bit of quartz and rotten quartz and whatnot. So I'm going to keep classifying that stuff down. And after much chagrin, I finally got that sluice set up over here. I guess kind of the way I want it. A little harder than I thought. I've never done it before. End of it's kind of bouncing up and down. I'll have to get that, weighted down a little bit. And the front edge of this here keeps picking up with that carpet under there. I haven't had a chance to monkey with this thing at all. It's fresh out of the box, basically. And there was some big tall riffles on there. I took them right off of there. This flower gold's not going to stay in there with them riffles swirling around like that. So I think this can be my best bet. So let me fill up a pail and we'll do a little experimenting with my new toy. Hey, there's the team again. He's going off to sniff on something. Hey, Rig. Yeah, okay. Back in a bit. Oh, I almost forgot. Brought Mercedes with. For those of you who don't know who Mercedes is, that's my hooker. She helps move rocks and such. Back in a bit. All right, I got a half pail. I'm gonna do a little half pail test because I'm excited to see how this thing works here. Let's take a little look. See how it clears out and whatnot. Yeah, it seems to be clearing out okay. I never really did have worked with the diamond plating before like this, the diamond mesh. So I'm really not sure what to expect, but this stuff in the front here is deep V, you know, and I'm pretty familiar with how that works, and that seems to be clearing out pretty good. So, you know, I like that. You know, the pitch just seems a little shallow to me. I don't know. We'll see. It seems to be clearing out up here, right in here a little bit more than it is down there. I don't know if it's working its way down or not. Let me throw a few more scoops in there. Let me grab one here quick. We'll throw it on there. You know, and I might have to experiment a little bit. It looks like it might be a little leaning that way, just a touch. You know, I'll have to get some scoops of gravel down here to flatten this out a little bit better. These big rocks are just too round to flatten it out very well. So let me play around with this thing, and I'll pick it back up when I got her dialed in the way I think it should be working. Back in a bit. What a nice day. All right, we've got that pail out run. I got some water in there. We're gonna do my first ever clean out with a stream sluice like this. Yeah, I've just been letting it run and clear out just a little bit, and I noticed there are a couple of small BBs in there, a little bit of lead, and it's catching quite a bit of black sand. I'm not really sure what that golden thing is in there. It's just kind of blurry, but if that's a piece of gold, I am going to be pumped. So, let me get this baby in that pail there, and we'll see what we got going on. Back in a bit. So far, so good. All right, I've got that stuff all down into a pan here, and I want to video my first pan out of a river sluice here with carpeting. And so far, I noticed right off the bat that there is quite a bit of black sand in there. It really retained a lot. I mean, those those little cells on that diamond plating really don't seem that deep, but holy cow, it's black sand already. That's pretty thick in there. And I am using a new pan. I got it seasoned up with some sandpaper yesterday, and it's got some really fine riffles, and on the other side it's kind of got the gravity trap riffles. So I'm going to go ahead and use these real fine ones on this here. Get some of this light stuff off of there, and let me pick it back up in a bit when I get the sand worked down, because there's quite a bit in there. So give me just a second. Back in a bit. My first half pail out of my old tailings, and I got 9 pieces. 9 really small pieces, but they're in there. So that's a good sign. Well, like Jamie said, that's a bad thing because it's my tailings pile, but it's good because I got it back. So I'm gonna continue to run that stuff, and there was a good amount of black sand in there, and it caught lead, so I'm happy with that. I mean, that carpet may not be for me, but it still did the job. So I'm gonna start pounding some sand through this baby and see what we can come up with. Back in a bit. All right, just to make a note, I hit the clay layer. I'm way down past through my tailings, and I ran into that clay layer that I hit on this creek when I did my record gold clean out video, or record gold video. This is that creek. I haven't been here in quite a while, but you can see that filthy yucky clay. That's what I'm working with now, and that's where I found all that really good gold last time. So we're gonna pound a bunch more of that stuff in here and get my sluice set back up and run it back in a bit. It takes a little bit longer than a lot of my other equipment to feed this thing. You know, it's kind of narrow. It's only about, I don't know, 7 inches wide or so, and 2 feet long, so it's not chewing through the material as fast as I'd like, but when we're done with this baby, it's gonna chew through some material. Count on it. I'm just about done with my second full pail, and I'm gonna do another cleanup, and we'll see what we get out of it. Back in a bit. It takes a little bit longer than a lot of my other equipment to feed this thing. You know, it's kind of narrow. It's only about, I don't know, 7 inches wide or so, and 2 feet long, so it's not chewing through the material as fast as I'd like, but when we're done with this baby, it's gonna chew through some material. Count on it. I'm just about done with my second full pail, and I'm gonna do another cleanup, and we'll see what we get out of it. Back in a bit. Pail number 2 was a bust. We're gonna try another spot. Back in a bit. Well, I'm gonna switch gears here a little bit. Right here, that's kind of hard to tell, but you can see it's all filled back in with blonde sand from where Mike and I had done so well here in the past, and there's that pile I showed you in my tailings over there. But look at all this beautiful moss on this side of this inside bend here. And I took a couple of samples already, and I've been shaking them out into my pail through my number 8 mesh classifier here. I'm gonna do a nice size pile of that stuff and see what we get. Get my sluice set up back down there, and we'll see what comes of this. Back in a bit. Oh, it's later in the afternoon here. I got 5 buckets run, and it takes quite a while to get a pail through that little sluice, and my back's killing me. I've had enough. But we did find some gold. Let me show you what we've got. Here's the gold I found today. And there's some really tiny pieces in there. Just infant pieces. But there are a couple of ones you can see standing back a little ways there. You know, they might be scattered around here a little bit, but We got on some gold. This is all from my tailings from when I was dumb. And this guy here, Jamie, he found some gold too. He didn't bring his snuffer bottle, so his is all sitting in one of those pails over there. Little Jasper over there helped out pretty good today. Yeah. And Rigby helped out pretty good today, keeping the bears and sasquatches away. So, we all in all, I think we had a great trip. Still a beautiful place to come back to, and I will be back here. So I'm going to head her back to the truck, and we'll do our wrap-up back in a bit. Well, we made it back to the vehicles and the road. Not too long of a walk, I guess, about 80 yards. Not bad at all. A nice little mucky trail, soft on your feet. That's going to wrap it up for today. It was a nice change of pace. I didn't have to drive 4 hours up to the beach and then, I'm back in the same day. But I do have this next whole week off. And guess where we'll be? The beach. And it was refreshing to get back down to this creek. This particular creek is where it all started for me. And there's still gold down there. And we'll be back here to get some more. Hopefully Jamie and Preston or Jasper will come back and we'll get some more gold out of here. And I think I'm gonna go out by his place and try to get some gold with him. So I think until the next episode, like, share, subscribe, and please leave a comment. Flower Gold Wizards